Well, the newly elected deputy chairperson of the African National Congress in Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi, has promised to terminate the etoll system immediately. The decision to scrap the debate forever surrounding continuous etolling came from intense discussion at the ANC provincial conference at the weekend. Mr. Lesufi joins me now live. Thank you very much indeed for your time. I guess, what's the plan in terms of scrapping it? Is it going to be gone?
Well, we need to emphasize the point. The tolling system itself does not mean that doesn't work. I mean, in the country, we've got toll gates all over. But this electronic tolling one has been rejected in most instances by people that need to utilize it. They've raised concerns about consultation. They also raised concerns that it's just adding a burden on already burdened consumers, and therefore they feel that this system does not work. So conference discussed it at length, and we reached a point where we felt that instead of imposing something that is openly rejected, we'll rather withdraw it completely and ensure that we start the consultation with national government so that it assists us on how to realize this particular decision.
But what do you tell the people that have been diligently paying this?
Well, it's part of the process that we want to consult with institutions of government that have been handling this particular matter, so that we arrive at a decision that is a win-win for everyone, so that there must be no one that says, I've come out of this particular decision disadvantaged or worse off. Our approach is very simple. Let it be a win-win for everyone, including consumers, but most importantly, those that have been committed to support this particular initiative.
Congratulations on your new position, but I guess it's not going to be an easy task, isn't it?
It's very difficult, but we've got a fresh mandate. We've got an overwhelming support from our delegates. There's one message to make Gauteng a better place. What kind of Gauteng we want to leave to our children? We want to live a Gauteng that is full of informal settlement. Do we want to live Gauteng that is full of crime? Do we want to live Gauteng that our roads are getting old? Do we want to live Gauteng that is having a depressed economy? Or do you want to live a Gauteng that is exciting for all of us? And we've chosen the latter, that we want Gauteng that will make all of us proud. We want Gauteng that will maintain its economic position. We want Gauteng that will ensure that there's no crime and our people can be proud of the services that we're going to render, especially basic services like water, electricity, and sanitation.
But in order to do this, you need a united organization, isn't it? Unity seems the buzzword, be it in KwaZulu-Natal, be it in Gauteng. Is the Gauteng branch of the ANC united after this conference?
We are on course, rejuvenated. We've renewed our mandate. We are united. We want one thing and one thing only: a better life for all South Africans. That our members must go out there, mobilize people, persuade them that the African National Congress remain the only movement that can deliver a better life for all South Africans. The opposite is bad. Those people that felt that they can ditch the African National Congress and go to other parties, it's quite clear, especially in Gauteng, that the situation has not improved. Actually, it has worsened off. So it's very important that you have an ANC that is willing to listen, an ANC that is willing to rectify its mistake, but most importantly, an ANC that can lead society.
You've taken some stick, isn't it, of late with regards to certain people that have been elected on the PEC, Mahlangu, Brian Hlongwa. There's been some backlash. How are you dealing with this?
ANC is a listening party. If members of society say, check, we don't like this, we have no choice but to go back and rectify that. The good thing is that it was conference of the ANC that say, go and resolve this matter. So it doesn't mean that we are separate or we are far with society, because the ANC conference discussed this matter and say, we have delayed, we have appointed an integrity commission to deal with this matter, but that integrity commission has not finalized the matter. Go back, finalize it, and release its findings. So with what society is saying to us now, we have no choice but to go back and go and rectify this matter. And we're quite convinced when we meet in a few days' time, we're going to resolve this matter, and we're going to take decisive decisions that will make South Africans proud.
Some are asking, how seriously is the ANC taking the issue of corruption in South Africa?
Well, check our province. We're the only province that have put institutions that are not even that national. We've identified corruption, the major anchor of corruption countrywide, but also in our province, was tenders. The tendering system created problems. So the only province with assistance of either KZN and other municipalities that said that every tender must be adjudicated publicly, which simply means that there's no tender meeting that is sitting at the corner secretly allocating a tender. Every member of society is invited to come and watch when we're adjudicating our tenders, because that is the anchor of corruption. But they've also said we can't investigate ourselves. We are the only province as well that has appointed an independent team of people that are known in society to be against corruption, to say if there is a case of corruption, don't bring it to us. Take it to this independent panel, let this independent panel deal with it. Which simply means that we can't be a player and a referee as a state. So we've put institutions to fight crime and corruption, and we are quite convinced these mechanisms and institutions that we put in place will assist us to fight corruption in our province.
But Mr. Lesufi, with clouds hanging over the likes of Mahlangu as well as Brian Shlongwa, what does that say about the ANC if they are included in the PEC?
Well, our argument with Brian Shlongwa is that law enforcement agencies must also take some blame here. You can't investigate somebody for 4 years when you said you've got prima facie evidence. You can't investigate somebody for 4 years when you have not even given him a chance to express his side of the story. You can't investigate somebody every time when there is a conference of the African National Congress, you raise this particular matter. We indeed take the necessary blame that has been directed at us, but we really believe the chunk of this particular blame must go to law enforcement agencies. If we've got evidence, act, and act quickly. So that we don't leave this thing hanging for quite some time. And we're quite convinced that the law enforcement agencies will come to the party and resolve this matter as soon as possible.
You got a big conference happening here in Sandton, the 10th BRICS Summit. Yes. In terms of development, in terms of infrastructure, do you think it's working?
That's the future. That's the future. You need the like minds, you need the same economy, you need to kickstart our economy. You need partners that are very strong, decisive. You need investment that will push us and propel us to the right direction. And this particular summit is an indication that we are on the right path. This is what we need so that our young people cannot remain forever unemployed, so that our young people can get opportunities. Especially the establishment of the BRICS Bank is going to give us an opportunity to contribute to the major economy of our country.
Mr. Lesufi, thank you very much indeed for your time. Panyaza Lesufi is the ANC Gauteng Deputy Chair. Thank you very much indeed. Francis?